And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the cage, in the blue corner, from Serbia, Jovan Kandić.
So we hit our main card here tonight at FNC 15. A welterweight bout pitching Jovan Kandić against Berus. Kandić, 23 years of age, got an MMA record of 5-5. Interestingly enough, at FNC he's got one loss. He's a journeyman from Serbia. The strongest element is his guillotine choke. 3 of his 5 wins have come via that method, so the numbers are there. It's unlikely this man will see the second round, and tonight seems to be a good night to do that. We've had 3 wins on the undercard, all in the first round. He's never seen the third round, likely as not to not go into the second round. So tends not to hang around. He's not in there for a long time, win or lose. Only once in his career did he venture out of round 1, and he lost against Tomislav Sikaya. Primarily a stand-up fighter, but 3 submission wins, so well-rounded. This time prepared in his own team, but also trained at the fight company Belgrade. He's come well prepared for this, and you'll see why.
Yeah, for sure. If any of the numbers are indicative of what's going to happen here, I believe Kandić has the propensity to stop.
So fighting blue, Jovan Kandić.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner, in the cage, from Slovenia, Berus.
Berus, 21, 2-0 MMA record, 0-0 in FNC. A young prospect from Slovenia, he's 21, but already an IMMAF veteran and amateur, and he's got a sweet boxing game. Both his pro wins are by first round KO. Showed some good wrestling as an amateur as well. Big Slovenian MMA prospect here with that kickboxing background, combined it with MMA at 14 years of age. He's only 21, but he's no debutant to the rodeo. An amateur score of 12-4, lost to 11-1 double world champ Ivan Yushchenko via unanimous decision. As I said, 2 great round 1 KOs in his pro career. A new kid on the Slovenian block.
Yeah, I remember vividly his run in 2022 at the IMMAF Worlds. Very, very talented fighter. For me, though, Will, the most, I think, notable thing of his career so far was his pro debut. He was dropped very, very badly, nearly finished, and actually came back, turned things around, and stopped the Alessandro Rossi, who was surging on him by a TKO. Incredible show of heart and focus in the moment. He'll need that tonight.
So Heart and Youth plays a little bit of experience here.
And this MMA rules bout takes place in the -77 kilogram welterweight division. This bout will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Nenad Shancic. Introducing to you firstly in the blue corner, aged 23 years old and standing at 176 centimeters tall. He brings a professional fighting record, 10 fights with 5 wins and 5 defeats. He's representing Team Kandić from Serbia. It's Jovan Kandić. And opposing him on the other side of the cage, fighting out of the red corner, age 21, he stands at 183 centimeters tall. He brings a perfect record so far, 2 fights with 2 wins. He's representing Fearless Fighters Gym from Slovenia, it's Berus. to the center, please, for your final instructions.
Fighters, you know the rules. Follow my commands all the time. Touch the gloves. Touch the gloves. Go to the corners.
So those are the numbers up on screen. Make of them what you will. The Phytonomics are there. Not an awful lot between these two. A bit more experience to Kandić, and obviously youth plays out for Berus, but a lot of experience in the amateur scene for Berus. We've got 3 FNC MMA rounds to decide this welterweight bout, the first of our main card tonight.
Yeah, the big number for me is all combined finish outcomes as a pro have been first rounders apart from one. We might stick to the course tonight, Will.
Right, well, straight to the clinch, working the knee strike from the clinch, Berus. The stand-up was there. He had a good kickboxing background before he went to MMA and wrestling. Not a lot in between them in terms of height, but already Kandić has come under a little bit of pressure. Good low kick from Kandić to begin. He needs to keep out at range. The knees are very good from Berus. We've seen them rear their ugly head, if you will. And he now has to fight at distance, and he's covering that. Double leg shoot, goes for one, manages to hold on. Can he take his man? Runs the pipe, doesn't manage to do it. Kandić kind of having to struggle here because Berus is bringing the action.
He's doing a great job. I love it. Berus wasn't too committed to the single leg. It was nice to see him actually go upstairs, do some work there in the clinch. He really understands the ranges, and that's what we see from these younger, newer, more educated, full mixed martial artists.
Yeah, and keeping the stand-up going, throws a good slant on then going downstairs for the shoot. Oh, good left, and that big overhand right. Landed solidly. Kandić looking just a little bit sluggish around there. Lazy kick, gets caught, back to the clinch. And I have to say that Berus in the clinch is a very dangerous proposition. Look at that. Nice little hip throw there. We like that. Oh gosh, he takes his man down. Doesn't do it cleanly, but it does the job. Ground and pound. Kandić in trouble here. Big right hands going in there from Berus. Goes to side control. And Kandić under a lot of pressure here in the first round, Chris.
A ton of pressure. He's a real smart physical fighter, Berus, and he did such a good job of just catching that kick, right? He wasn't looking for it, but it was gifted to him. Then forcing the situation, the ground and pound posturing, working the pass is part of that. It's all working for him here.
Well, he's transitioned into full mount, and I just get the feeling that he's going to start laying some heavy hands. Kandić can't defend. Look at them fire in. I mean, that's rapid fire. Referee looking very closely. Kandić having to cover up, and in doing so exposes his neck. He's got his back. Has he turtled up? Can he get legs in? Berus all over this, like a drunk on a kebab, I would say.
He might be able to go for a head and arm choke. He thought about falling for an arm lock. Very smart. You don't want to give up this position. That was really good decision making. That's the thing that we're seeing here, Will. Every little micromanagement he's making has been to the good.
Yeah, well-constructed sequences, everything done on purpose, very purposeful. I like that foot on the knee. Look at that control there. I mean, that's smart, causing all kinds of problems. And he's got a choke on, and that's it. He's absolutely done this. He's finished it, strangled Kandić, and the referee had to step in. Kandić couldn't even submit. Incredible first-round win here. Sensational. That was imperious. The young Berus, what an artful dodger, plays all the angles here. And I said he was a big Slovenian prospect. He's a big world prospect. Kid's on fire.
That's the wrestler's delight, the good old head and arm choke, and he caught it from a top position without having to give up that dominant position and go to the side. Let's take a look at it here. 10-finger grip, tons of shoulder pressure here, and patience. Patience, patience, patience. A technical submission win.
Yeah, and I love the way we focused on that positioning of his foot on the left knee of Kandić to keep him from turtling up and spoiling the choke. But the choke was going, and you've got to be slick to pull that off, I can say right now.
And the dilemma is here, right? Where do you go? You can't get on the phone. That's out the window. You can't give up your back. That's obviously worse. Incredible.
Round number one. Your winner by way of arm triangle in the red corner. From Slovenia, Jovan Berus.
It's a first night delight here at FNC 15. So Berus takes the win emphatically. And yes, he's going to be very happy with that. He's 2-0 in MMA, unbeaten record, 3-0 now. And Kandić, right from the get-go, was under a lot of pressure, a lot of firepower there. So a lot to watch out for from this young FNC prospect.
Jan, čestitke od srca, velika pobjeda za tebe na domaćem terenu. Prvi put FNC je stigao u Stožice u Ljubljanu i ti si triumfirao na tako impresivan način. Molim jedan veliki pljesak za ovog sjajnog mladog mladića.
Samo, mogu pričati slovenski, a? Pač ko mi je pomenil valjda vse, rekel sem, da bo prva runda finiš, tu sem naredil, tako da, who is next?
Pa da, who is next? Što bih htio, koji su tvoji planovi? Ovo ti je prvi nastup u FNC-u, bio do sada mlad, ali potentan i opravdao si epitet jednog od najvećih talenata na Balkanu.
Prvo kot prvo, hvala Forgiju, Antetu, ne znam gdje ste, ok. FNC ekipi za priliku. Evo sad nas na slovenski, što si pitao?
Pa who is next for you? Što bih htio sada?
Mislim, naslednji plani so pač konc maja borba. Valjda bojo trenerji povedali, kdo je. In pač tu je tu. Followajte Instagram, da vete kdaj je in tu je tu.
To je to, dame i gospodo, Jan Berus!